Hanson Lane. Thank you for pressing play on this channel. If you guys have been following this journey this past year, I dug into KDP and really found out a lot that I didn't know, and I learned a lot. And my background, I'm a digital marketer, course creator. I'm a mom. I love sports. I love soccer. I love watching the World Cup. My kids were like, "Are we going to get the TV back?" And I was like, "Probably not." 4 years, excited for it to come to America. I thought of this video a couple weeks ago because I think it's something that we notice, but we don't really talk about. So I wanted to talk about it. And it is, a KDP shovel seller. What is a KDP shovel seller? To give you some of this background, there was a man named Samuel Brennan. He actually migrated from the East Coast during the gold rush, and he was like, I'm going to go find gold. And along the way, everyone was kind of out of supplies, and they were like, how are we going to find this gold if we don't have any tools to dig? And so do you know what this guy did? You guys know what this guy did, right? He became California's first millionaire by selling the supplies to all the gold miners, right? All the 49ers. He bought up all of the supplies from everybody else. And then he started to put his price on it and resold them. So it's actually really ironic that people searching for gold gave most of their money to Samuel, and Samuel became California's first millionaire. Blows my mind. What does this even have to do with KDP, right? Like, we're also looking for gold. Maybe gold is in the niche, right? Riches in the niches. And we are digging, we are doing our research, we're using self-publishing titans, we are using BookBolt, we are using BookBeam, we are using, what else am I missing? Helium 10, maybe some of us, Publisher Rocket. Maybe we use only free tools and we're just looking things up on Amazon. There's a new one I heard of called ASIN Seed, ASINSEED. You can do reverse lookup. You can put an ASIN in there and it will tell you some of the words that it is searching for. So we're all looking for our own little property to mine, right? We want to find that. That is the most important thing, is finding a niche that has a search and is underserved. That is a really important part of the KDP journey, because that's where the royalties lie, right? And if you can find one that's really underserved and there's not a lot of competition, then you don't have to share. You don't have to share your shovel. You don't have to, you don't have to fight for the gold. Fighting for the gold would be running ads, right? So we know what it's like to be in the trenches of the niches looking for our gold, looking for those areas where people are underserved or there's new trending topics. Like, there is always opportunity to be made because Amazon is California and no one's touched the gold yet, right? Like, yes, it's being mined, but there's great opportunity. It is not saturated yet. And I think saturation might be a bad mindset, to be honest with you, because if you think about it, let's talk about Satan. I don't know if you're religious. Let's talk about darkness. But Satan wants you to believe that you're boring, there's nothing unique about you, and that it's easy to compare yourself to other people. And comparison is a thief, right? Comparison doesn't actually allow you to see how unique and awesome you are. I would beg to argue that there is no such thing for saturation if you're being authentic and you're being yourself, because then you're placed in a position where people are like wanting to buy from you because they think you're cool. Has that ever happened to you guys? That's happened to me. And it's the best thing ever when you're being authentic and you're being yourself. So I digress. I don't think it's saturated. I don't think it's going to get saturated, but you can't just put out what everyone else is putting out, right? You can't, because that's not mining for gold. That's not, you totally missed all these other steps right here, right? Like, we want to dig in places. See how there's no other shovels around this digger? Okay. So the point of a KDP shovel seller is someone that shows you where the gold is, but they're not even mining it themselves. That's exactly what Samuel Brennan did. It's like, oh, you need these supplies. You need to go publish in this niche. It's really hot. But like, if it's so hot, Samuel, why aren't you digging in there? And why aren't you showing us what you're finding? That's why I think it's so important to document your journey wherever you're at. If you don't want to be a YouTuber, I see you, it's fine. But it's really important that us that are in the gold rush, that we're not getting distracted by people that are just selling us tools because they're like, here's a niche, go publish in here. Here's a niche, it's over on the other side of California. You got to go up past Sacramento. Sorry, San Francisco. Here's a niche, you got to go all the way down by the border of Mexico. Oh, wait, here's a niche over here. Like, go do this. This is so hot. All they're doing is like just showing you where you can put your shovel in. But like, wouldn't it be nice to be like, hey, come shovel with me. Come see what I'm doing. Look what I found. This little teeny tiny piece of gold. I just don't want you guys to get stuck in the mindset of like, I gotta go to Northern California to publish this niche. Now I gotta go down to the border by Tijuana and publish this niche. Like, pick an area and start working. And just, when someone pitches you like, hey, come buy this shovel, you're like, I'm already working in my spot. I got my tools, I got my brain, I'm unique, I got ideas, I can do it. I wouldn't have said that if I hadn't have done it myself. So that's how I know that it's possible. Let me know what questions you have about niching down, finding niches and doing it. I have told you that I found a gold mine, and so I'm like mining it out. Sometimes I think, oh, I do want to go over there. I do want to go over where this shovel person is selling because, like, look how fancy they're making it look. I do want to do that, but I don't want to lose sight of the opportunity that I have right now to take over a certain area, like control the whole mine, right, of a niche. So just give it to yourself to honor yourself, not to be publishing in all the 1,000 niches unless you have the bandwidth for it. I mean, I'm not your mom, right? I want to be your friend. I want to be your guide. I want to be like this dude that's like, hey, at least my beard's trimmed. I should actually maybe take a picture of my husband and put him in here because he doesn't look like this guy at all, actually. But the hair reminds me of him. And it's so easy to get distracted, you guys, that it's hard to create momentum when you don't work in one area. So my advice kicking off 2023 is find those niches that excite you and work really hard to find your place in them. Because once you do, you will have a lot of mining to do. Love you guys. Peace out.